Okay, if you want to do the same, design cart as my one, the dimensions are this floor is 700 by 400, so it's 400 wide, 700 lengthwise, and then the height is 1200. Okay, except that I've trimmed this part off here. Okay, and the construction was very simple. Underneath here, I'm not going to be able to hold the phone and tip this cart up at the same time, but underneath here, perhaps you can see better around this way, is there's a 400 by 700 sheet of 12mm ply, and then all around the edge of that is this 30 by 65 dressed timber. That's not only to give it strength and a bit of mass at the base, but also the casters underneath here. There are 4 small lockable casters here, so that gives them something to screw onto underneath. Okay. Then you will have noticed that in the floor I've cut 4 holes. So you could do that with the jigsaw, or maybe perhaps you can get perhaps you've got a hole boring bit large enough to cut that. That is I've got 4 for the wheels on my Shop Vac. The Shop Vac also has wheels, so the wheels just sit in here and they're quite a snug fit, so they hold the vacuum cleaner in here quite well. But I can pull that vacuum cleaner out and move it around on its own wheels if I ever want to. The reason there is one in the middle is because if you look at the bottom of the vacuum cleaner, there is his 4 wheels. It also has a metal piece here, and that is to ground the vacuum cleaner. So this just trails along the ground underneath the vacuum cleaner to prevent a build-up of static. So it's grounding all of this metal onto the ground. So hence a 5th hole in the middle to allow this little piece to feed through, so it's still connected to the ground. Then to keep it light, tried to keep things so it was strong enough but not too strong. So I've got a cross brace here and a cross brace here. Take the hose out of the way. So I have a cross brace here, a cross brace here, and then I have this bin at the top, also made of plywood. So there's 3 pieces of plywood underneath this bin. There is also a cross piece. Let me see if I can get the camera around underneath here. So underneath this bin there are 2 cross pieces as well. So there's 2 cross pieces near the top. There's a cross piece at the front, or 2 at the front. So there's simply those 4 cross pieces and these 2 sheets of plywood for the side, plus the sheets of the plywood for the bin, so for the 2 sides and the base of the bin. And then I created a divider as well halfway up this bin. So I'll give you the dimensions of the bin as well if you're interested. Let's have a look. So I made the bin 260 deep on the outside dimensions. There's in fact a cross piece underneath here, so the internal depth of that is considerably less. It's about 1850 deep, in fact. So very simple construction. I've glued and screwed it together. On this cart on the front I've added these plates. Again, it's just 12mm plywood, so they give it torsional rigidity, and they help a lot. So I added them to the front and the back, and I kept them small so you can see that there's a gap there to allow this bucket to come out easily. and same on the other side. They're just actually smaller on the other side to allow the vacuum cleaner to come out if I ever want to take the vacuum cleaner out. But that is enough. That's enough to actually strengthen this up considerably by having those plates on the front and back at the base.